they make us laugh to really feel like if they actually have Africa at heart. Because we see situation going on in Africa, we see malnutrition, we see atrocity, we see war, we see interstate conflicts. Yeah. We don't ever get them coming. But now we want to see this. One time in one of my books titled Africa in Trouble, I published a book in 2010. It says that AU is like a club of people with common interest. The president have just common interest. They go there to discuss not the interests of their country. So we want to see that in their club, one person has been attacked. And now if they don't sit up, they know it can be contagious. That since one of them has been attacked, it can be contagious. So they have to give a unified force against such. Though we stop coup, we also want to say that the government is not for a particular tribe. Leadership is not for a particular region or a particular ethnicity. Leadership is for the merited, and leadership should be for each and every person, that equality can prevail, that good governance can have the order of the day, that each and every citizen will be able to enjoy the facility and resources of the country, to live a life that will not make young Africans to be thinking to take the Mediterranean and die over the Pacific Ocean because they want to go for greener pasture. We want to say it is because of this suffering, the nightmare that the young people are facing, that will make them go into any extreme, to see even to seize power. But thinking reinstating the president and his cabinet would be one of the worst things that can ever happen.
No, but he has refused.
Even he has
the regional blocs.
Even if he has refused, at times pressure makes you bow into so many things. He may be refusing out of shame, but maybe we have seen presidents who say they will not run for election, and very soon they come to say that the people's motion has asked them to go again for election. So anything is possible with these aging African leaders.
Okay, Pope Bertrand, looking at the various blocs, the African Union, ECOWAS, and the Francophonie, their move at this time, they came very strong and loud, putting sanction on Mali. Do you find it necessary?
My problem is,
they have put economic sanction.
My problem is, I want to draw the line between the happiness of the people and the dictate of the president. Yeah. In Africa, we elect hyenas as leaders. So, and at the end, we honor these hyenas as demigods, which is the pressure coming from all these other blocks, political blocks that have been mentioned. Because I use this case somewhere today. I say when you go in any country, they say the law is blind. Thank God, Mr. Akufo is here to defend that. But our president thinks that the law is not blind or is open to them. Because when you bring injustice, the word that really captured my mind is endless hardship to the population. And the military thought that the people should be happy, and a coup was set. You see, in coups, I will align with Barrister Akufo to say that coup d'etats are not good, but I think to ascend power, you must use force. The interest is the interest of the people to see that civilians were jointly happy with the military people, is to tell you that they have had it up to their throats.
Okay, looking at the reaction of ECOWAS, African Union, La Francophonie coming strong at this time, because this problem started since in 2012, if I'm not forgetting. Skirmishes and so on, they talk of the economy, and so, because immediately he came to power in 2012 in a coup. Now he started managing the country. Now during his second term, they started complaining. But African Union, ECOWAS sat quiet.
Mr. Moderator, let me come in. Thank you for bringing me back on track. I want to say that the bloc of ECOWAS is a bloc I enjoyed.
Okay.
The Francophonie, I don't enjoy them. Because when you look at all the French colonies, they have stayed in power for 8. The minimum should be 8. I mean, I'm not talking about the ones that were just reinstated as president. The ones that have been there who have been hearing is 8+. So all of them are in that clique of saying that you care, you provide security for the other man, and the other man likewise provides security for you. They live in power and die in power. But now the ECOWAS is a government. That's why I tell you that even in the ECOWAS, there's a conflict. Because there are francophone countries in the French colonies in the ECOWAS and English, British colonies in the ECOWAS. So some of these people in the ECOWAS don't enjoy this largesse that people from the French colony enjoy. They will not stay in power. Maybe somebody like Good Jonathan, he succeeded just 4 years. And somebody like Muhammadu Buhari is bound to just 8 years. Whether he's the best president, he will not continue. But some people, like in Ivory Coast, I see the president saying that the people are calling for him again.
Yeah, we shall be coming to Ivory Coast. Let me come to Mr. Njomo Sirri. If you look at what these blocs are doing now, they have given economic sanction on Mali, not to talk of like Francophonie and the rest. They say they will not train the army of Mali again, and so on. All these sanctions isn't necessary as at now. When the problem started, they were quiet, but now they have come up.
Listen, moderator, it is very important for the economic regional blocs to behave like that, to maintain their superiority and imperial rule. Remember, these member countries do pay yearly contribution that enable the effective administration of these regional economic blocs.
Yeah.
Yes. And so that the new regime should come in even by coup means that there are new negotiations that are supposed to be tabled on new grounds and other facilities. Now, what really bothered me is the place of the people. Ibeka says he doesn't want to stand again, that he wants to seek a new heaven in the United Emirates, that is Dubai and others. Now he wants to go there and rest. And before that, these sanctions were already leveled. So the question we're asking ourselves is, first, the maximum that ECOWAS and other regional groups could give for transition could be at most 12 months. Which defeats the intent of the 3 years that the putschis were saying that they need for transition. And that is where I have a problem with the putschis. For me, they did a great job, and that Cameroonian military should emulate. Because Mr. Abiy has been there for long. I don't know what he's doing there.
No, maybe CMTV debunks that.
CMTV should take exception from that. But I take it that on my own. Then I want to say that is where their excesses come in. When they say they want to use 3 years for transition, what do they mean? No. If you see the law of every country, even the electoral code, it always says that if you are a man in uniform, you don't vie in for any position, electoral position, that warrants sovereignty. Because you have been used to manipulate arms. You need to drop that and stay for at least 12 months, 1 year, before you go in for any position. So, and you are not supposed to travel abroad. Those are other things that before you even enter the corps, you need to know.
What do you have to say about the good mind of the president, Boubacar Keïta?
No, he doesn't have any good mind.
For saying that at least.
So I don't want to be part of that.
Okay, now that he has been released, don't you see that his freedom, he might go and start maybe planning something to come back?
His release was a condition. Yeah. Truly, I'm not sure the Putis really wanted to release him. But since La Francophonie, for example, they started blocking even sources, international bank. Yes. It started posing a lot of serious economic crisis internally, and they had to hastily release him. But for him to seek a new heaven and have... Are
you saying France is instrumental in all this?
Of course. It's not a secret to say that the mastermind behind all this game, definitely. But I'm not part of those who live... Those who spend time using the ABC syndrome, accusing, blaming, and complaining. Okay. I'm not really part of those proponents, but I truly believe that what the regional bloc, economic regional bloc, including even the UN and the African Union, can advocate now would be to shorten the transition period and supervise the election, which I all my wish is that it should be a popular election that will include youths and women. Because I always advocate for these classes because they are the majority, unfortunately, always subdued, always reduced, always oppressed, and always subjugated to the power of the old. And I want to come back to our country to compare with the case of Sudan. Sudan with El-Bashir also noticed that but just that when the Arab Spring started, Algeria, Tunisia, Egypt freed themselves from the oppressor that were at the helm of power. South Sudan also started, and it was the coalition between who? Medical doctors, lawyers, teachers, in short, all sector, all professionals that stood on the street for more than 6 months. So it's coming back to Cameroon to see that people should not think that transition is something of a jingle of an hour. People should be able to sacrifice, and it takes different courses to be training themselves among themselves and staging, having regular meetings so that they meet and talk about how governance is.
Thank God Cameroon is solving its problem.
And we should be working towards that also.
Okay, let me come to Sekufo. We are rounding up this program. If you look at it, are you seeing heydays in Mali or days to come to be days of wrath? Because if you look at the coup, some military men went for training in France and some went for training in Russia. Immediately they came back, this coup started. Do you see France and Russia being in chaos which will affect Mali?
Mali is not going to suffer. The aspect with Africa is, they say it is better to be late than never. We want to say that some of our African leaders, it's not like they don't know the right thing to do, but just that they don't want to do the right thing because it will affect them. But we want to see most of them, they have the Pan-African ideology, but they don't want to put it into practice. And most of the time, fears and coup comes when these leaders actually want to turn against those who put them there in power. If you want to go into the details to see why coup d'etats of this nature are coming, for example, now I want to say all what they are doing, giving Mali a sanction, I want to say it's just window dressing, because new deals like Mr. Njomo, if he's the one or you, he will say that new deals have to be made. You get me? The new set that has taken over has to renegotiate contracts. Whatever the Western world is interested in Africa is our resources. They don't care about the black skinned man.
Okay.
They care about what they
are concluding.
I'm coming.
What do you see the hand of France and that of Russia in Mali now? Because now France is influential, Russia has played a part. Now we know that France and Russia, their action might affect Mali. So do you see heydays or days of wrath?
This is now that we want to say Africans should act as Africans. It is time for Malians to take their destiny into their hand. It is time for Malians to forsake the Western world and look for a solution that will work for the Malians. This is a time that they don't need to align. This is a time, I want to say, every bad thing also have a silver lining. In every bad thing, there are good things within it. So this is a time for them to sit down and recreate Mali. This is a time to totally free Mali from new colonialism. But you see, all what is happening with the sanction that is coming, it is not actually engineered by the African blocs. It is engineered by the Western powers who are using the puppet government they are put within the African bloc to mount that pressure.
Pope Bertrand, maybe we are concluding the program. What do you see of Mali in the days to come?
As long as the people are happy, I'm fine.
As long as you're happy, you're
fine.
Mr. Njomo Siri, you are concluding. Don't you see that some of these African countries, they have to copy from a country like Cameroon where it's trying to solve its problem?
Which kind of qualification is that?
Dear viewers of Crossview on CMTV, this is where we come to the end of the program. We want to thank you so very much for being part of the program. We want to thank all the technicians. We want to thank the cameramen. We want to thank the broadcasters for making it a possible day. We want to say that we promise Dr. Busi will be joining us. So many of you have been wishing that he should be part, but he is not feeling fine. So he'll be joining us maybe by next week. Thank you so very much for being part of this program.